The lost glove snowflakes fell in slow motion that December morning, covering Maplewood's quiet streets with a soft white blanket. The air was sharp, the kind that made your breath visible in little clouds. Clara, a single mother, juggling 2 jobs, walked quickly beside her 8-year-old daughter, Emily, as they hurried toward school. Clara's coat was thin, and her boots were worn from many winters. But she pulled her scarf tighter and kept her smile steady for her little girl. Emily skipped along, clutching her lunchbox in one hand. She was wearing the only pair of warm gloves she had, pink, with a small white heart stitched near the wrist. They were a gift from her grandmother before she passed, and Emily treasured them. But in her rush to wave goodbye to her mom at the schoolyard, one glove slipped from her pocket and landed in the snow. Unnoticed, the stranger, who noticed across the street, an older man named Mr. Thompson, was clearing the sidewalk outside his hardware store. He had lived in Maplewood all his life and had seen countless winters sweep through. When he noticed the little pink glove lying in the snow, he bent down and picked it up. Something about its small size made his chest tighten. He thought of his late wife, who used to knit mittens for their children when they were young. He brushed the snow off gently and placed the glove in his coat pocket, determined to find its owner. The first connection later that afternoon, Clara returned to pick up Emily. Mr. Thompson spotted them at the gate. He walked over slowly and held out the glove. "Does this belong to you, young lady?" he asked kindly. Emily's eyes widened. "Yes, that's mine. I thought it was gone forever." She slipped it back on, smiling so wide her eyes sparkled. Clara placed a hand on her daughter's shoulder, her voice full of gratitude. "Thank you, sir. You have no idea how much that means." Mr. Thompson simply nodded, but inside he felt something warm. It had been a long time since he'd been part of someone's joy. The ripple effect the next day. Emily insisted they stop by Mr. Thompson's hardware store after school to say thank you properly. She drew him a small picture of a glove surrounded by hearts and wrote in her neatest handwriting, "Thank you for finding my glove. You made me happy." Mr. Thompson pinned the drawing to the wall behind his counter. Customers noticed and smiled, asking about the story. Soon, word spread around town about the little girl's lost glove and the kindness of the old man who returned it. An unexpected gift a week later. As another storm approached, Clara worried about how she would afford new boots for Emily. Hers had holes in the soles, and Clara didn't have enough money left after paying rent. When Mr. Thompson heard, he quietly spoke to a few neighbors. Together, they collected enough to buy Emily a sturdy pair of boots, warm socks, and even a thicker coat for Clara. One evening, as Clara picked Emily up, Mr. Thompson presented them with the gifts. Clara's eyes filled with tears. "We can't accept this," she whispered, but Mr. Thompson shook his head. "This town takes care of its own. Sometimes a lost glove brings people together." The lesson that night, Clara tucked Emily into bed. Emily held her gloves tightly, whispering, "Mom, I think Grandma sent that glove into the snow on purpose, so we could meet Mr. Thompson." Clara smiled through tears. "Maybe she did, sweetheart. Maybe she did." Outside, the snow kept falling, but inside their hearts, warmth spread wider than any winter storm could contain. Moral of the story even, Kate, the smallest accident, like losing a glove, can spark kindness, connection, and community. In a world that often feels cold, a single act of warmth can ripple outward and change many lives.